Get underway with our first pre-final for Junior Rotax here at Karting Genk, the home of champions. And your grid is as follows. So it is Tom Gerhards and Tom Braken from the Netherlands and Belgium respectively that line up on the front row. Eliska Babikova and Christian de Klein, that is row number 2. Kai Gielats and Luc Nielsen round out the top 6 positions ahead of Milan Ritter and Lucas Schoenmakers. Bruno Mulders and Thomas Martins round out the top 10 positions. Magnus Pedersen and Nick Gerhards round out the top 12 ahead of Job Breedveld and Colin van Lammeren. Then you've got Matthijs Terlu and Mikkel Pedersen rounding out the top 16. Completing the top 20, it's Joris Schoens, Max Knappern, Luc Visser and Sam Bergstein. Then we got Petra Babikova, Gilles Chloé, Teun Schmidt, Raphael Henhofer and Ralph van der Pijvert rounding out the 25 junior Rotax drivers. 13 minutes plus an additional lap set on the clock, ready for us to get underway for what looks to be a fantastic race. We've had 2 great ones thanks to Micro and Minimax, and we'll see them at 3:30 and 3:50 p.m. local time later on this afternoon. But this is going to be an absolutely brilliant race once again. Let's see who gets the whole shot going into turn 1. Will it be? Because let's look at it this way. It's an SP Motorsport front row. So it's down to Tim Gerhards and Tom Braken to control the field. And they're doing ever so well getting them ready into the right-hander at turn 10. So top 10 is Tim Gerhards, Braken, Eliska Babikova, de Klein, Gielats, Nielsen, Ritter, Schoenmakers, Mulders and Martins. That is your top 10. And again, just like the Minimax drivers, these junior Rotaxes are keeping us waiting. And let's see who gets the advantage into turns 1 and 2 for the very first time. Red lights are on the gantry. They come into the tram lines. The Rotax draw gets up a gear in Junior Rotax. We are off and away, heading into turn 1, and it's a great start by, Tom Braken trying to go around the outside of Tim Gerhards, but up the inside comes, I think that was Eliska Babikova, as they all swarm their way through, and there are people tripping all over each other, and there looks to be Kai Gielats going around the outside into turn 4. This is absolutely explosive. Someone's gone rally crossing off of turn 4, drops all the way down to the back of the field. Oh my goodness, and it's 9 on 3 abreast at points down the first half of the field, ran to about the bottom part of the top 15 as the leaders now come through the right-hander at turn 8. And we'll see very, very shortly who's got the advantage coming down through into turns 10 and 11. And it's not, the thing is that we've got 2 SP Motorsport karts in second and third, but who is leading the way? It is the 2:33 of Eliska Babikova from the Czech Republic, who's done an absolutely great job to get past the 2 SP Motorsport karts, and that looks to be, I think that is, let's see as they come across the line. I've had a bit of a change because Eliska Babikova was showing at the front of the field. I'm not too sure what's happened there because there's a couple of karts out of the ordinary there, as it is a 4-way scrap, and at the back of it is 210, which is Lucas Schoenmakers. So This has just really, really decided to kick off. So Babikova got the initial lead going into the first lap. And then all of a sudden the timing it is now changed a little bit. So we've got, it looks to be that it is, I think that is Tim Gerhards that might be leading, or is that Babikova as they head down into turn number 10. They'll get a gauge when they come through turn 11. So it is the 2:05 of Tim Gerhards in first position as they come across the line. Babikova down in third place as we've got Lucas Schoenmakers and Christian de Klein. They ran out the top 5, so Tom Braken in second position, but is battling away with his SP Motorsport teammate. But one of the key rules in motorsport is you can race your teammate, but don't never take out your teammate. We've seen it before in multiple categories. As up the inside of Babikova goes Lucas Schoenmakers. That's a great move by the JJ Racing driver, who gets past the the Czech racer, as they head down into turn 7 as Babikova retakes the position through turn 3. That's a great move from the Czech driver, and round the outside. How is that possible? How is that humanly possible, Christian de Klein, who sent it round the outside of turn 8 past Lukas Schoenmakers, my godfathers. Oh my goodness, and Milan Ritter's coming into this. Thomas Martins, who rounded out the top 10, now is up with this fight and up into P7. So this is all kicking off in a matter of laps, and the SP Motorsport duo of Gerhards and Braken have gotten away. They've gotten away by over 1.3 seconds as Babikova is now provisionally the cork in the bottle. Christian de Klein with that humongously impressive outside overtake round the outside of Lukas Schoenmakers through turn 8 last lap is now into P4. Schoenmakers in P5. Babikova goes ultra defensive through turn 6. So at the moment we have had a few drops down the order. I'm just trying to see Kai Gielitz now up as Lukas Schoenmakers trying to force it up the inside of Christian de Klein through into turn 7 but can't get through. And de Klein nearly lost the back end of the card in the process, but Babikova is doing a great job in front of these two whilst they're battling away. This is allowing both Tim Gerhards and Tom Braken to pull a gap, and a consistent gap, so they can battle between themselves over the lead and eventually the victory. 9 minutes and 13 seconds plus an additional lap to go. So at the moment, Tim Gerhards and Tom Braken are separated by just 69 thousandths of a second on that last lap as we went on to lap number 5. Eliska Babikova in third. Now, is that Schoenmakers past de Klein? It is! Up into P4 goes the Dutch driver. So he's retaken the position. Now we'll try and hunt Babikova down for P3. And just behind them will be the 274 of JJ Racing's Kai Gielitz as, oh my goodness me, more overtakes around the outside of turn 8. And I think that might have been, was that Milan Ritter that took a page out of Christian de Klein's book? It was, but de Klein got up the inside of the Danish driver through into turn 9. My goodness, this is absolutely explosive. As now Kai Gielitz senses something. Thomas Martins. Then you've also got Magnus Pedersen, Luke Nielsen and Colin van Lammeren getting in on the action. Oh, we're in for a perler here, aren't we? But the lead is still getting away, and there's a squabble, an absolute squabble over P6. And up the inside, I think that was Magnus Pedersen up the inside of Milan Ritter. Through into turn 3. They're absolutely nigh on tripping over each other. Through turns 3, through turns 4 and 5. Oh my God, how have I missed this for the last 147 days? I'll never know. But it's good to be back. But the leaders still are pulling away. This is allowing it to be an inter-SP motorsport battle between Gerhards and Braken. I did say that we were in for some great action. I think I was underestimating what I said. Under promise and over deliver. So we have 7.5 minutes to go, plus an additional lap. And Gerhards and Braken have been pretty much inseparable. They are working with each other to pull away from the rest of the field, and leading the rest of the field is the Czech Republic's very own Eliska Babikova in the 233. Then it's Lukas Schoenmakers, Christian de Klein, Kai Gielitz, Milan Ritter, Thomas Martins, Magnus Pedersen and Colin van Lammeren rounding out the top 10. Luke Nielsen, Luke Visser, Joris Jones, Nick Gerhards up to P14. Rafael Renhofer completes the top 15. Ahead of Breedveld, Knapen, Schmidt, Petra Babikova, Gilles Chloé, Van der Pavert, Mikael Pedersen and Mattis Turlo have dropped down towards 21st and 22nd. Mikael Pedersen has retired has dropped. Sam Bergstein, I think, might have parked it. Bruno Mulders is the biggest casualty, and Mulders started on the inside of row number 5 in P9. He's out after lap number 3. Oh, the twists and turns in this tail keeps on coming in Junior Rotax. My goodness me. Oh, now has there been a change for the lead? Yes, Tom Braken has got past Tim Gerhards. Oh, that was a nice switchback. He just sized it up. He's just been waiting and waiting for his chance, and he hits the front of the field with just over 6.25 minutes plus an additional lap still to go. Oh, this is brilliant. Absolutely captivating. If you're not watching right now, what are you doing? More to the point. This is brilliant. So at the moment, Braken is now starting to pull away. Is he pulling a gap off of Tim Gerhards? He definitely is, because obviously he's raced this track before. He's raced with GKS Levens Power, and that's how he picked up his title a couple of years ago. I think it was Minimax, if memory serves me correctly, before moving over. He then competed in Italy last year, made a resurgence back to the BNL karting series with SP Motorsport, and now it is so good to have that man back. That young Belgian, I think, has got true promise. So Lucas Schoenmaker is now closing on Eliska Babikova for P3, and just behind them is Christian de Klein. Kai Hilets is not too far adrift, and then it will be Milan Ritter, as you can just see how much Eliska Babikova is holding on for dear life for P3, because Lucas Schoenmakers went ultra aggressive, and that allowed him to close up on the back bumper of the Czech Republic driver, and then it allowed Christian de Klein, who's trying to do the switchback coming through turn 6. Kai Hilets, I think, is just waiting. Hilets finished qualifying in P5. And, I've as soon as he made the switch to JJ Racing, the young Belgian has seriously impressed me, especially when I heard about what happened at the Kickoff 2.0 reboots 4 weeks ago. That was just one of those stories that if you gave that script to Hollywood, they throw it straight back in your face. But meanwhile, Tom Bracken, with 4.5 minutes on the clock remaining, still leads from Tim Gerhards. And they were 0.186 of a second adrift of each other. Gerhards was slightly quicker. Babikova still fighting away with Schoenmakers, the JJ Racing driver from the Netherlands, who celebrated his birthday back on Easter Friday when I had a chat with him on Instagram for the Rotax Max Euro Trophy, which has its first season opener next week here at the very same circuit. As up the inside of Christian de Klein goes Kai Rilets, but he goes wide and he loses out to Milan Ritter in the process. Rilets was going in like Daniel Ricciardo, trying to send it, and I think he just went in a bit too hot, probably missed the braking point, and then all of a sudden he's lost 2 places, so he's dropped from 5th down to 7th position, so he's got all the hard work to do again. Magnus Pedersen is ahead of Thomas Martins for P8. Colin van Lammeren rounds out the top 10. 3.5 minutes to go. Oh, mamma mia. We've had 3 retirements already, so we're down to 22 runners and riders. So on lap 5, Mikkel Pedersen retired, Sam Bergstein on lap 4, and then on lap 2, Bruno Mulders, and you can see one of the carts forlorn on the infield between turn 1 and the exit of turn number 2. But Babikova, I must be honest, this is absolutely brilliant from the Czech Republic driver. She is keeping Lucas Schoenmakers at bay quite well here, and Schoenmaker's still trying to force the issue going into turn 7, through into the right at turn 8. They go. Oh my goodness me. And the leaders are Linus Cern as well. You can't fit a sheet of A4 piece of paper between the leader and second place, and then 3rd and 4th. And again, we're seeing a repeat of some of the action that is still to come here at the first day of the BNL Karting Series. Oh, it's back, and it's back with a bang. Brilliantly done as Tim Gerhards looks up the inside of Tom Bracken for the lead through into turns 1 and 2. Can't get past, but again, the pair were less than 1/10 of a second adrift to each other as they headed through. But Gerhards has got the lead. Gerhards has got the lead now, with about 2 minutes and 20 seconds still to go. So a consummate performance. Still Babikova is... I don't know how this is happening. Well, I mean, if Eliska Babikova is not careful, she's got to put the cart in the right place, because if you look behind, you've got Lucas Schoenmakers and then Christian de Klein, and then not too far behind is Denmark's Milan Ritter. As again, now we concentrate briefly on the battle for the leaders and then quickly switch to our drivers in 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. Kai Hilets on the comeback trail in the 274 from JJ Racing. 2 leaders come across the line. Gerhard still leads as Bracken trying to go up the inside with Gerhards neatly defending there. Babikova has hung on for so long. Oh my goodness me, this is absolutely captivating that some drivers that you will see normally at the mid-pack of the field, they make a team change and it makes all the difference. And that is showing quite clearly with Eliska Babikova. Petra Babikova is up into 18th position at this particular moment in time, having started from P21. We've got just 60 seconds plus an additional lap still to go as 3rd, 4th and 4th, which is Babikova and Schoenmakers still battling away over the final position in the top 3. Oh my goodness. You know when you feel so exhilarated that it doesn't matter how much energy you expend, you feel alive again. That's exactly how I feel right now, and I'm so pleased to see all these drivers really give it their all, as again, Babikova has just gotten the measure of Lucas Schoenmakers, and we've seen some absolutely ridiculous overtakes from both Schoenmakers and Decline going through turn 8 earlier on in the race, but the timer is fast ticking away. 21 seconds on the clock still to go, and it's now about the biggest sign that Eliska Babikova is going to need right now is to see the last lap board, as we are fast going to run out of time, as we are now literally at ground zero now. 0 on the clock. Time has expired. Last lap board will now be shown to Tim Gerhards from SP Motorsport and Tom Braken. As now Lucas Schoenmaker bump drafts a little bit on Eliska Babikova, trying to upset the back end of the 233, but the 233 Czech driver is resilient. Now this is the sign that Babikova needs ahead of Schoenmakers, but it's also the warning sign that Schoenmakers needs to do something to get P3. But as Ritter goes up the inside of Christian Decline to take P5 through into turn 4, started to make the approach through turn 3 and got through. Leaders now through turn 7, but the battle between 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th is not over. Babikova goes defensive. Schoenmaker now starts to attack, trying to go up the inside of turn 8, but can't get through. The door has been closed as Ritter is going side by side. Oh, clashes with Christian Decline heading into turn 10. Oh my goodness me. And that allows Kai Rielitz to gain a place, but the checkered flag is going to wave. This time for SP Motorsports, Tim Gerhards. Tom Braken makes it an SP Motorsport 1-2. And what a defensive masterclass from Eliska Babikova to take 3rd place ahead of Lucas Schoenmakers. That is one of the most incredible defensive drives I have ever seen in the BNL karting series, let alone European commentating for me under the Road Tax Racing banner. Oh my goodness, I am absolutely drained. But I have to say, well done to Tim Gerhards and Tom Braken, our 1st and 2nd place drivers. And for those, I mean, Eliska Babikova is probably going to be absolutely smiling like a good one under that race helmet. Lucas Schoenmakers takes P4. Obviously, there was the clash between Christian Decline and Milan Ritter that might have some repercussions for one of the drivers after this race, but obviously that's provisional. So at the moment, your winner is Tim Gerhards from SP Motorsport by 0.6 of a second from Tom Braken. Eliska Babikova in 3rd from Tebs Racing Team. JJ Racing's Lucas Schoenmakers ahead of CRG Holland's Christian Decline. Then it's another JJ Racing driver in the form of Kai Rielitz ahead of Milan Ritter, Magnus Pedersen, Thomas Martins and Nick Gerhards makes it 3 SP Motorsport drivers in the top 10. Then it's Luke Neeson, Colin van Lammeren, Rafael Renhofer, Luc Visser, Max Rappen, Job Breedfield, Joris Schoens, Petra Babikova, Gilles Clouet, Ralf van der Pevert, Teun Schmidt and Mathis Turlo running out the 22 that finished, with Michael Pedersen, Sam Bernstein and Bruno Molders retiring from the race.